Now the next topic is intersecting chords theorem, right? So in this section we will study the theorems in which the chords are intersecting. Consider a pair of chords AB and CD. So this is the chord AB, this is the chord CD, intersecting at a point X inside a circle. So they are intersecting at a point X, which point is inside the circle as shown in the figure. So after that, the length AX, that is this one, BX, CX and DX are related by the following result, and the result is that AX multiplied by BX, AX multiplied by BX, this one, and CX multiplied by DX. This is the relation between the pairs of the chords, right? The theorem is that join, uh, now we have to study the proof. Join AC and DB to complete the two triangles. So first of all, these are two chords. So if these two chords are cut each other, then we just write these lines, draw these lines. So here we have two triangles. The one triangle is AXC and the second triangle is BXD, right? Now you can see that this angle yellow is congruent to yellow angle. Why? They are opposite angles, right? And also the angle C is equals to angle B. Why? If you join these two lines, you can see that these two angles are in the same segment, so they are equal. Also, if you join C and B, you can check that angle A and angle D are in the same segment, so they are equal. Now we have to study these lines. We have to check that. Then the angle CAX, this one, brown angle, and BDX, this is also the brown angle, are equal. Why? Because angles in the same segment, right? He have not drawn the line, but I told you after drawing the line. Okay, angles ACX and DBX are equal. Also the reason is, now he is discussing about the blue angles, so angles in the same segment are also. Next one is angles AXC and angle DXB are equal. Why equal? Because they are vertically equal. Do you have any problem?
No.
Okay, they are vertically opposite angles. Thus, the triangle ACX and BDX are mathematically similar. So, if for the similarity of the two triangles, you can see that we have to just equate the three terms of the triangle, which will be the angles, all angles, two angle are one side, all the three sides. But in this case, we have equate we have just equal these sides, the all three angles of these triangles, right? Thus the triangle ACX and BDX are mathematically similar, so triangle DBX is the enlargement of the triangle ACX. ACX is the smaller triangle and BDX is the larger, so we can say that the triangle BDX is the enlargement of ACX. So if this is the enlargement, so how we can find the enlargement factor? By taking the same sides ratio. How? BX divided by CX, BX divided by CX, and also DX divided by this AX, right? So why we use the BXCX and DXAX? Because they are in the chords form. We are discussing our chords, right? So if we equate these two ratios for the enlargement factor, This is your answer. If we cross multiply these two expressions, so you can check that ax multiplied by bx is equals to cx multiplied by dx. This is the proof of this intersecting chord theorem. Any problem in this theorem?
No.
Okay, good. Next one is the example. And in this example, you can see that we have two chords, PQ and RS. PQ and RS cut at that point. Let's suppose this point is O. Okay. So uh, PO is 5 and OQ is 8. So 5 multiplied by 8 is equals to RO multiplied by OS. So X multiplied by 10. So we have to find the value of X. That will equals to X is equals to 5 multiplied by 8 divided by 10. So it will becomes 4. It means that this RO is equals to 4. Any problem?
No.
Okay. Next example is the same principle is valid when the two chords cross over outside the circle, as in the next example. If the two chords are intersecting at in outside the circle, then you can also use this theorem, right? But a small change is required. Here the example is that PQ is a chord and SR is a chord of the circle, and when we produced uh, intersect at X, this is the X point and this X is outside the circle. QX is equals to 10. This QX, this one is 10, and this SR is equals to 6, that is chord, and RX is equals to 9, that is outside the circle. We have to find the value of the PQ chord. Okay, so write down the value of write down the length of SX. SX is the total length, so we just add these two terms. It will become 6 plus 9, that is 15. This is your first part. Second part is work out the length of PX. We have to find the value of PX. How we can find the value of PX? By finding first PQ, then we have QX, then we add these two values to find PX. This is your second part. And third part is work out the value of PQ. So we have to find the value of PQ. How we can find the value of PQ? The the theorem, the relation for this term is that Px, the total length, multiply by Qx, the outside length, right? Px multiply by Qx is equals to Rx multiply by Sx. This is the changing in the relation. In this relation, we have just studied that the RO multiplied by OS and PO multiplied by OQ. But in this case, the total length multiplied by the outside length and also is equals to the total length multiplied by the outside length. So px is the total length multiplied by the outside length, that is 10, right? And also rx is the 9 and the total length is 15. So this 10 goes on the other side and divided by 135. And how 135 is generated? By multiplying 15 and 9. Px is equals to 13.5. It means that the total length Px is equals to 13.5. If we are finding the value of PQ, so PQ is equals to 13.5 minus 10. So it will becomes 3.5. So this is the value of PQ. Any problem in this example?
No.
Now you have to do these two examples quickly. Then I'll give you some questions from the exercise. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Do these examples quickly.